Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Katie Anna Harris and I'm an independent consultant with Usborne Books and More, and I am so excited to show you some amazing fiction books that Usborne Books and King Miller Publishing has to offer you. And I want to start off with some of our toddler selections. Now this is one of my absolute favorite sets of books, the Muddle and Match series, and there's everything from adventure, which is knights and cowboys, to imagine, which is fairies and princesses and ballerinas, jungle animals, monsters, sports, jobs, fairy tales, and there is so much that you can create and do in these books, and so much to learn. Because each monster in this book that you will encounter has one color and a very bold background, so it makes it easier to read, as well as one phonetic sound. So for instance, this one is Marvin, the magnificent monster, makes mighty milkshakes for his massive mates at the moonlit mega monster mansion. But wait, there's more, because each page is actually split into 3 different segments. So you can create hilarious, goofy, silly monsters, and each one has its own specific sound. So you can create so many different stories, and it is so much fun. And this book really grows with you because it starts off just as reading it aloud to them, and then it moves into a lot of imaginative play, which is amazing and so important for our youngest readers. Now, next I want to show you something else that will really develop those phonetic sounds, and this is our Phonics Readers box set. It is so incredible, and it has 20 amazing books in it. And my personal favorite that I want to show you is Underpants for Ants. And this, again, deals with phonetics. So we're talking about just a couple specific sounds that we're going to repeat over and over and over in the same book. And this particular story is super funny because it's about a little lady who owns a shop, and she is just not doing well with her shopping until one day some ants come in from the freezing cold into her shop, and she happens to be very kind and knit them all wonderful, warm underpants so that they don't freeze, and she gets to do her own business specializing in undergarments for insects. This is such a fun book, and it deals with those phonetic sounds. Each book has a different set of phonetic sounds that it really focuses on, so you've got 20 books to really create a reader. Now, we also love doing bedtime stories. I know there's nothing more magical than the time I get to spend with my daughter Marlo reading bedtime stories to her every single night, and Fairy Tales for Bedtime is amazing. So many beautiful, beautiful artwork pieces in here, and these are fairy tales that you know and you love. Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Jack and the Beanstalk. Here's a beautiful picture of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and they are all bound in this gorgeous heirloom quality binding with, of course, a wonderful bookmark that's attached so you can never miss out on anything that we close the book in the middle and we need to open it the next day to continue reading our stories. Now, if you like illustrated stories, there's nothing more magical than a classic book that is broken down for our younger readers. And this is Illustrated Stories from Shakespeare. This is actually the first book that I ever received from Usborne, and it is still on the top of my list because you get to see beautiful, beautiful illustrations while you learn about some of the most amazing classical stories in full detail. We've got Macbeth, we have Twelfth Night, Romeo and Juliet, and so many more in this book, and all with just amazing illustrations and a great way to teach your kids the classics and things that they normally might have a little harder time wrapping their brain around. Now, if you have somebody who loves books and is even wanting to make their own, we have an entire set of books that are perfect for them because they teach you how to write your own adventure stories, comic books, just write your own books. And they're all in journal format, but they also give you tips and tricks throughout so that you can really hone in your skills. This one is talking about ending questions. Do your characters get home in the end? If they do, use the 5 senses to describe how they feel to be home. Has their adventure changed the way they feel about home itself? You've got a list of animal words, so you can describe different animals that they come across. Looking back, there's an entire section here. So much room to write and explore and create a story of your own that you can then pass down to friends and family and share even more your love of reading. So I hope you've really enjoyed this look into some of my favorite fiction, and let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. And until we meet again, happy reading.